Hi there, this is Andreas of XpressPads Finger Drumming, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can use the XpressPads finger drumming layouts on the Maschine MK3 or the Maschine Mikro MK3. And I want to say that I don't use both controllers with the Maschine software. I actually use them in MIDI mode in my DAW Ableton Live in order to control or play the virtual drum kit which I have loaded there. So I use it as a generic MIDI controller. And in order to do so, I need to install the XpressPads configuration file, which you can find on the XpressPads website under presets and layouts. And once you've downloaded them, you just need to load them on the controller editor software. And I'm going to show you now how you can do this. Over in the controller editor, you will see the drop-down menu here from which you can choose which controller you want to configure. And in this case, I take the Maschine MK3, and here I see there's this blue flag, if you will, on the pad section, and that is actually the name of the preset that you're currently editing or seeing. And you can change that either via the pages, and then by clicking on one of these sections here, or you can do it right on the hardware by pushing the right group button, and you can see on the software as well that it reacts or reflects exactly what's happening on the machine. And that's the nice thing here, because you don't need to send anything to Maschine. You can just make the changes here and they're already stored on the Maschine. Another big benefit is that you actually don't need to leave your DAW while you're making those changes, because this somehow works independently from each other. And the one system doesn't block the other, which is much different from a lot of other software solutions where you have hardware where you change the MIDI data. So that's really good. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to go to File and Open Configuration, find the file that you've downloaded from the XpressPads website, double click on it, and you're done. So you can leave the software now, and you have the XpressPads layouts installed on your Maschine or Maschine Mikro. Now there's only one more thing that you need to do before you can start finger drumming with the XpressPads layouts, and that is putting the machines into MIDI mode. And you can do this on the Maschine MK3 via Shift and the Channel button, and on the Maschine Mikro via Shift and the Maschine button. And once this is done, you can select your presets via Group and selecting the pad on the Maschine Mikro, or just pressing the Group button on the Maschine MK3. So that will bring you to the right presets. On the first slot, you will find the standard layout. On the second, the Latin and Jazz layout. And on 3 and 4, you will find two different versions of the Extreme layout. And that depends on which controller you will place on which side. So now I have here my right hand, and on the right hand side I have the Maschine MK3, and on the left hand side I have the Maschine Mikro MK3. I could switch that around, but that means for both devices I should take preset number 4 instead of preset number 3. There's one thing that I almost forgot to mention, and that's the pad sensitivity. And it's really important because you don't want to hurt your fingers when you play. So in my case, I definitely tend to have rather soft settings on my devices. And for the Maschine MK3, I take the soft 1 setting. And for the Maschine Mikro, I take the soft 2 setting, because the pad sections are not identical on both machines. And I would say that the Maschine MK3 controller is much more sensitive and has better pads definitely than the Maschine Mikro.